11 o'clock broadcast. We hope everyone has a good time today. Ted is here on my immediate right. He's our 17-year-old male. Honey, who's our 18-year-old female, is resting just beyond the mound, and we hope that she'll be out later for you to see her. She is an estrus right now, which means that she's pretty interested in Ted. Estrus, going into heat for bears, only occurs once a year, at least in North America. In other parts of the world, some of the bears can. Is she out? Can you see her? Can you see Holly? Okay. If the PTZ drivers will focus to the rear of the pond, just a little bit to your right of the high falls. Heidi has brought Holly out. It's a plus day for us when Holly comes out. She was out yesterday, but I don't believe she got to her refuge tree back there. She was doing a lot of exploring. So I'm going to turn my focus on her and allow Ted to go ahead and eat over here. Holly, we're trying to acclimate to the pond area. Heidi is her mom. She is her protector and food giver and bottle deliverer. She does it all. Heidi, along with myself, have worked very hard to socialize Holly so that she would accept our touch and come to us when she's called. We learned yesterday that she knows her name. So she was a little bear that came to us with actually 3 different names that she had previously been called. She was named Holly because she arrived here at Christmas time, and everyone thought it was a good name. But it is a mouthful when we have our office manager and bear curator named Heidi, our female bear is Honey, and our little one is Holly. So it's kind of hard when we're... So it gets confusing, at least to me, because I get confused easy. So she's a little southern bear. We're wondering if when she starts vocalizing a lot, if she'll have an accent, but we don't know that yet. So right now she just cries and whines a lot, and I've met from her or from another bear, but she does it continuously, especially if she doesn't like something. So she's doing very well. We know that on Saturday this past week that she actually moved past the swing and was kind of playing in the trees over there. So it's a real plus. Everyone joining us on Pond Chat, Holly is at the back of the pond, so you want to focus the camera back to this part of the pond area. The bears here have 2.5 acres, and it's very deep and rich with trees for humans to walk. So we do have a lot of interest with her, and when we can't find her, it's our job to go back there and find her. And trying to find a little bear in a bunch of deadfalls and brush that looks just like her coat, because she's kind of got she's got a lot of undercoat still coming up on her mohawk, the long hair along the ridge of her back. It's very thick and very reddish brown right now. As she goes through the brush, that will pull that undercoat out and help her out a great deal. She rubs herself a lot on trees, and when she's in her den, we have put hair removers or back scratchers, whatever you want to call them, in her den so she can actually move back and forth and try to get some of that hair out of her back. We also recently I didn't honestly know this, but our veterinarian gave us Frontline to use on her, and it's really helped with ticks, keeping the ticks off of. I've actually only found a couple on our bears. Ted had one in his ear last week, so we pulled that out. But Ticks are pretty bad this year, and we end up getting at least one when we go back there ourselves. So Holly is doing a wonderful job of one. She knows her name now, and she's putting herself in and out of her den, which is something we thought we would really have to work hard on doing. But Holly took it upon herself. She's a smart little girl, and she took it upon herself to do that all by herself, and that saved us a lot of stress in our lives of moving bears. If anybody thinks that it's easy to move a bear to their den, it's not. We do it and usually with a food treat as a reward. Ted gets pretty tired around 12:30, and it's usually his nap time. So that's why Ted goes in his den for a couple hours. If at 3:30 we can get Lucky back in his den, range yesterday, and Lucky spent most of his time over in the white pine, which was his cub tree, which is a tree he chose as his refuge from the bigger bears when he was little. Little Holly has chosen a deadfall, a spruce deadfall, that is probably 20 feet into the forest there at the very pond, or what we call the back of the pond area. We thank you for, and we hope that pretty soon we'll start getting questions from everyone, and that if you have up on the deck, I would answer them now. Does anyone have questions? Okay, again, Holly is 18 months old. Heidi is working with her. Her favorite food is red grapes. We have this taste thing that we don't know how the bears know it. We prefer red over green, grapes, but you'd think peanuts in a shell wouldn't be a big deal. But she loves peanuts in the shell and prefers them over the ones that don't have, are just out of the shell. So I tasted them to see the difference, and the peanuts in the shell are bland, and as you would think, the foods in the forest don't have seasoning on them, and so she really prefers the blander foods. We've also noticed with her that she will freely eat any type of bug that's in her way, and she likes to tear up logs. We incorporate into her den when she's in there. We give her new logs, usually about every week, once a week, or when we have help to get these big ones in there because they're very heavy, and it takes two of us to put them in her den. So Heidi did a great job, and so did Holly coming out. So it's all good. And as you see, Ted is just working his way over and through, and continue to do that until all the good stuff that we've put out is gone. Now you'll notice inside the grass, you'll see all the carrots. So how does he know to bypass this and just eat the apples and the peanuts? Well, that's his choice. When they first come out of hibernation, lettuce, and then after about 2 weeks of just romaine lettuce, they get carrots along with that, and they readily will eat that. Along with the carrots, then we give them, but when it starts into summer, when their stomachs are actually getting ready to eat good foods, Ted likes to eat lots of grass. Lucky likes to eat lots of grass. We've planted clover over here on the new building side, and over on the mound there's rye and clover planted, and Ted likes it all. He will basically go after the nuts. Right now, all once in the morning and once in the evening. And then as a treat, sometimes we give them romaine lettuce. It is something they will readily eat. Along with their breakfast, they get a raw egg. They really prefer raw eggs to hard-boiled eggs, and they prefer store-bought eggs to farm-fresh eggs. How do they know? I don't know, but that's what it is here. So they get a very rich diet, or shouldn't say rich diet during the day. Along with the fruits and vegetables that we cut up, they get peanuts, they get dried cranberry, sunflower seed, bear chow, and peanuts in evening meal. So they get a substantial meal in the evening and 6 feedings usually a day in between. So they eat pretty good here, and we're very proud of the weights that we're keeping on our bears. Holly is currently still afraid of the bigger bears, so if she sees Ted, she will run to her tree if she's not already there. I can't see her from here, so. But Ted hasn't shown a lot of interest in her. We know that Honey has shown some interest and actually was circling just below where Holly was up in the tree a couple days ago. So she has at least met Honey. And she sees Lucky every day, who is in the den right beside her. So they share a fence line between them. And what's interesting is Holly will freely play and chase along the fence with Lucky with the fence on this side. When Lucky goes outside the other side, she actually thinks it's another bear and she doesn't know him at all. So it's kind of cool the way they figure things out here. And eventually Holly will come down and get used to the sounds and voices, but right now she's still new. She's only been out 2 weeks, so we're very proud of her progress. We know that you have choices here, and we thank you for stopping at the Bear Center. We also encourage you, the Wolf Center, the International Wolf Center, is at the other end of town, about maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles from here. Can't miss it. There's only 2 ways in and out of Ely, and you're on one. On the other side of town is the Wolf Center. So we encourage wolves there. We thank you for listening, worldwide viewers. Thank you for watching. We hope that we've been informative to you. And thank you, PTZ drivers, for getting a good glimpse of Holly, we hope. And we will see you again at 4 o'clock. Thank you all.